Good morning from the National Weather Service office in Norman. Here's an update on our severe weather, and now it looks like winter weather that's going to impact our area beginning this afternoon and continuing into Wednesday morning. This update was recorded around 10 a.m. on Tuesday, April 9th. In our headlines, some good news. It does look like the tornado potential is lower than what we were looking at earlier this morning. I'll explain that in a second. We are still expecting widespread thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms with hail and damaging winds, but it's looking like that the winter weather that's coming in behind this system may end up being a bigger impact for parts of our area. Why the change in the forecast? Well, one of the reasons is the cold front that we've been tracking that's going to be moving southeast through the area is moving pretty fast. Here's a plot of the Oklahoma mesonet temperatures around the area at about 9:30 this morning. The blue colors out in the Oklahoma Panhandle show where the front has already passed through. So the temperature's already fallen into the upper 20s out in the Oklahoma Panhandle. And that front continues to surge pretty quickly toward the south. The faster that the front gets down into the body of Oklahoma, the lesser chance of tornadoes and big intense supercell thunderstorms. It's not zero, but the probability is lower. Here's another way to look at it. This is a visible satellite image taken around that same time, and we can see this line on the map here. That's the front, and the front is already pushing into northwest Oklahoma. We don't really see any reason for that to slow down dramatically during the day today, so we're going to be expecting, of course, the severe weather potential will go to zero behind that front as it passes any one location. But ahead of the front, the only real opportunity for supercell thunderstorms and maybe tornadoes will be over far southwest Oklahoma later this afternoon. As the front continues to push toward the southeast, later this afternoon we'll see thunderstorms increasing along and even behind the front. But the highest potential, or the only potential at this point for really dangerous, intense supercell storms will be over far southwest Oklahoma. We're going to have a dry line set up over the Oklahoma-Texas Panhandle border down here this afternoon. And if we see any thunderstorms developing along that, those would have the highest potential to be isolated storms and would have the greatest chance of producing hail up to baseball size and maybe tornadoes. Again, the tornado threat has not gone away. We're still monitoring southwest Oklahoma, but it is shrinking in area the further south that this front goes. You definitely want to stay in touch with this potential, though. We are still expecting numerous severe thunderstorms. I would expect a tornado watch to be issued later today, so it is still going to be a situation to keep up with, and we'll be watching. Later tonight, that threat shifts eastward. The tornado potential will go even lower, but we still are expecting widespread thunderstorms with damaging wind gusts and some large hail still. And the heavy rain threat's going to pick up with these storms as well after dark tonight. But of increasing concern is an area of precipitation that's going to persist and be quite heavy behind the front. As quickly as the cold air is surging into the area, we're going to have what looks like quite a bit of precipitation falling through a very cold layer of the atmosphere, and we could get enough freezing rain, sleet to cause some travel problems. So we are, forecasters are looking at that right at this moment, and you may see winter weather advisories or maybe more come out later this morning for parts of northern and western Oklahoma, so definitely stay tuned for that. And freezing temperatures, this is going to be a big widespread freeze over much of the area. Certainly the northwest half of Oklahoma by Wednesday morning is going to be well below freezing. These temperatures may be a little bit optimistic, or we may need to lower these low temperatures even as far south as I-40 as fast as this front is charging down toward us. What should you do? Above anything else, keep monitoring. This forecast is going to be changing by the minute this afternoon. I have a whole team of forecasters working on this, looking at all the different aspects of it. You should still be ready for severe thunderstorms with hail. The tornado potential is not zero across southwest Oklahoma and even up into the Oklahoma City metro, so please keep a close eye on that. But the big change on this update is to be ready for winter weather, where it may be a bigger impact than we were anticipating, with even some travel problems possible by Wednesday morning. Monitor our webpage for the very latest information from the Weather Service, but you can also keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for the latest information from the National Weather Service office in Norman.